I find that fascinating that this woman was planning not to live, going through the motions to plan not to have life. I say, if I'm going to plan, I'm going to plan to have life. If you're going to have a plan, get one that has life in it. I hope you're catching up to this. Why have a plan if there's no life in it? You don't have to worry about dying. If you're really going to die, you don't have to plan for it. It's just going to happen. Just die. It's just going to happen. But if you're going to sit down and contrive a plan, come up with one that has life in it. Why can't we plan to live? Follow God's life plan. Because in his plan, it guarantees life. There's life in God's plan. I told you she had capacity. She didn't recognize it. She had a barrel and she had a cruise. She didn't know what to do with it. Now here's the hinge in the story. This really turned a light bulb on for me. The prophet says to her, okay, I heard what you said. Heard how you ain't got this. You can't do that. You know, you wanted this, God to do this. He didn't do that. And so now here I am. I'm about to die. Sounds familiar. Sounds like some of us. The prophet says, okay, all right. I know it's really bad. It's really, really, really bad. You broker them broke. But I tell you what, I want you to go on in the house and I want you to make me listen to the language. I want you to make me a cake first. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I just heard something. First. Now, I just told you, in her plan, what she's going to do is take these ingredients she has and she's going to make her last. The prophet says to her, take these same ingredients and instead of planning to die, I want you to change that. Since you got the pencil out and you writing stuff down, since you mapping out a plan, how about this? Make me a cake first and plan to live. Pastor Dale, what are you trying to say here? First. First implies second, third, fourth, fifth. First is the primary in successive events that are going to follow. Ooh, I like this. First not only implies, it defines that if there is a first, there must be a second. And if a second, then a third. And in succession, it will continue. He didn't say, make me a cake. He didn't say, make me one cake. He said, make me a cake first. Ooh. Hope somebody's catching hold of this. First. Because if you make the first one and you trust God, there's going to be a second, third, fourth, fifth. Because you have capacity. You have a barrel and you have a cruise.